Hi, we're Peter and Catherine Yaxley. We've been involved in chaplaincy for the last 12 years in this local area. We come from the days when there was no government funding, and we had one chaplain in the local high school that was totally community funded, and now we have 3 chaplains, one in the high school and one in the primary school and one down at Dodges Ferry. We've always had the policy of using fundraisers to lift the profile of chaplaincy. We've always wanted to have goodwill before actually getting, or above getting finances. We want to give something back to the community, like we've had our Youth Has Talent that gave children the opportunity to perform in public, and the quiz nights where people are able to get together in groups and do something together as families or as friendship groups. So we've always wanted to give back to the community.
The sausage sizzle that we've run was a great success, and as you know, these days you can get positions outside of big hardware stores. Sometimes you have to queue, but it's well worth it, especially if you can strike it in summer or really good weather, and also when a catalogue's due. And it just means organising a group of volunteers who will be rostered on to man that. And the reason it was such a great fundraiser for us was we were able to get around beforehand and get all of the bread and sausages largely donated. So that's actually where the work went, and then just having rostered folks on from different Christian churches and community groups who might be able to help. The thing with a sausage sizzle at a big outside a hardware store is the ones that are organised will give you a list of what you actually need. So you don't actually need to come up with that yourself. We've also run film nights, and there's an organisation called Flicks at Your Bricks that allows you to actually get a licence to show a film, particularly a Christian film in your local area in a public space. And we've done that as quite a good fundraiser too. They'll allow you to charge for that, and they get a small percentage of what you charge, but the rest remains as a fundraiser.
Some friends of ours have a large property and a spit roast, and were willing to facilitate that, and so they charged something like $25 a head, and had a large sheep donated, and we had a great evening, and that also was very community building in just the way that was run. For a number of years now we've held quiz nights at the local high school, and we've tried to build up a rivalry. In the early days it was difficult to get prizes all the time, so we now have a trophy called Frank, and people...
He's a sausage dog.
Yeah, sausage dog on a plate. And so, teams answer questions to try and win Frank, and that's a perpetual trophy each year. And what we try not to have questions that are too hard, because people get disillusioned and don't want to come back again. So we just have fairly easy questions with a couple of harder ones, so everyone doesn't get them all right.
We made use of the current interest in programs like Idol and Australia's Got Talent, and we had our Youth Has Talent, with a couple of schools vying for prizes amongst the young ones. That was a great night and brought out parents and grandparents, and we filled the hall. Run dinners around a special event, for instance the royal wedding when Kate and Will married, and that was held on the night with a large screen, and a dinner was provided for those attending. That was a good success. We've also had concerts put on by the school that's brought the children together, and of course that brings the parents, and that was also a highly successful event.
Some of the fundraising things that we've done is the Cruise with Clues was an early one where it was sort of like a car rally or a treasure hunt or observation drive, where we charged people about $10 per car to go around a set course and get the clues, answer the questions and things like that, and a prize for the winner, and that went very well. And we've also had dinners where to add to the fundraising aspect of that, we have silent auctions where goods that are being placed around the room and people bid on them through the evening.
One of the things we've also found with fundraising is to try and not reach into the same pool of networks, but you kind of connect with different groups or clusters in the community, so that not the same group of people are kind of having to be asked for money continually. So we've worked at having some things that connect with the school community, and that usually uses students, like Youth Has Talent or something. And at other times we've worked with our Christian networks, and we're trying to also just plumb the community itself.
Yeah, we also, with our fundraising events, want to have the opportunity for the church community to mix with the wider community and build relationships and just be see where the church can fit into the community and provide opportunities for people that are outside of the church to meet with churches.
One of the things we actually found really helpful was to have people willing to lead fundraising events but who weren't part of our local chaplaincy committee. We encouraged that and we found it worked really well. The other thing I'd say about timing is that it's really important to work around the other big events that might be happening in the life of the school or the local Christian community or community at large.
And we found that it's really important that we space out the fundraisers so that people aren't burnt out, that we can not be demanding cash all the time from people, that we space them out and have a variety of different fundraisers that touch the lives of different people. Yeah, as far as publicising events and fundraising things, we use the school newsletters and tap into the school community. We also use community newspapers and have a press release in that telling the people what it's all about. And we also have a email network amongst the Christians in the local area, as well as we tell the church leaders at our church leaders meetings what's going on as well, and publicise it through the churches. Yeah, one of the best ways of advertising is actually personal invitation. To bring someone along or to speak to them personally is much better than posters or articles or anything. That's what we found, that we encourage people who are interested in chaplaincy or have some sort of part of it that they'll bring people along, and that's a sure way of getting them there.
I'd say that without publicity, all the careful organising, all the attention to detail actually doesn't amount to much if you're not able to publicise well. It's one of the most important keys to actually maximise your event. The other side of publicity happens after an event, and we've found that it creates goodwill if you can report in the local newspapers about the event, letting people know perhaps how much it fundraised. That's got a dual purpose. It keeps the profile of chaplaincy high and before people's consciousness, and it also creates a platform to invite another time, and they might be more willing to come. We've also had a policy of putting some effort into saying thank you to those who donate, particularly to businesses who might donate, say, vouchers for prizes for a quiz night or a lump sum of cash. We actually, after the event, write little certificates and purposely give them a bit of feedback about how the event went, with our thanks for their contribution to keep chaplaincy in schools. So we've done that pretty much after each event where we've asked for cash or vouchers. It creates goodwill because you want them to feel good about it so that they'll give next time you come around, maybe next year.